Yeah.
I was supposed to assault this hill, go to the top, and I was supposed to set up, act like I was firing below on some enemies and stuff, right?
Yep.
And there was, a 3-foot defilade, one of those old army terms, basically a
Yeah.
dick
Yep.
at the top. I didn't know was there. And so as I crested the top, my left leg went into that ditch. So all my weight came down on my left knee and just quick. And then I went into the ditch and hit my right knee. And so I was kind of in this limbo of, because I was 6 years active reserve, and then 2 years I was supposed to be 2 years inactive. So I was in this limbo where it was like, I'm going to therapy, I'm doing physical therapy. It's like, oh, we're gonna get you surgery, or we're not gonna get you surgery. Not bad enough. Da da da.
Yeah.
And eventually, I got so sick of the process. They said, well, we'll just discharge you for not failure to make sergeant in 8 years. I said, I don't care. It
Oh,
was like, just let me
I
go.
know a couple of people who had that silly discharge too.
Yeah.
Especially for reservist. Like, I thought reserve was normally like 10 years for, like, because it's an extended.
No, at that time, well, so that was before stop loss and all this other stuff.
Okay.
So
That
yeah,
makes sense.
I went and I got hurt in February of 2000,
Yeah.
and my unit actually didn't get deployed until I think it was the Iraq surge. So they went to Kirkuk in 05.
Oh,
Right?
okay.
Somehow we missed all that.
Yeah.
Right. And so they got deployed in 05. I was already out. In 03, they gave me the whole failure to make sergeant. And by that point, I was just like, I was so done. I was just like, and I was one of those rock stupid guys, like, I'm not going to VA. So I didn't go forever until my knees started to get really, really bad. And then finally it was like, okay, well, my sister was going through, because she's a disabled veteran. I finally started putting in for it,
Yeah. You
Yeah.
should. And I'm going to pull Lawrence in too.
Yeah, pull him in.
Saw him in the chat. I'm going to pull him in because, it's the Wizards Council. Hey,
What's up, man?
What's
good
up?
morning.
Good morning.
Apparently Morgan's mad at me. She's through with me.
Uh-oh. What have you done?
I haven't done anything. That part be the problem. Well, what I'll just say to Morgan, I'll just quote a great American, Dusty Rhodes is like, you might have forgot, baby doll, I had you for 30 days, but also that's 30 nights too, mama. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh.
She done forgot. She done plumb forgot, Frederick.
That's it. It's 30 days, but it's also 30 nights, baby.
Mm-hmm. Don't worry, chat. We will interact with y'all throughout the whole thing. Holy shit, good morning, everybody. Welcome as everyone starts pouring in. I'm Nick. This is Fred and Lawrence. And I want to ask them, do you guys want to make this a regular thing and just hang out and do a Wizards Council? We've all got beards. We all got shit to say.
We do.
We can talk more about it later. But I just wanted to ask in front of everybody because I like doing that. Because transparency is key, right?
Right.
Transparency.
No.
Democracy dies in darkness.
It's America. We talk about transparency.
Right.
We don't actually
we don't do that.
No.
It's also a negotiating tactic. If you ask us in front of everybody, how can we say no, bro?
Hey, it's like the guy who, it's like the patriarchy, man. It's the guy who goes and proposes to his girlfriend at the Super Bowl when he just won. How's she going to say no?
Right.
But sometimes they do.
Right.
Sometimes. That's when it gets real fucked up.
Man, you know what? I thought Travis was going to propose to Taylor. Okay.
I heard an interesting fact about her. She has never once been proposed to, apparently, by a boyfriend, which is really interesting.
Maybe
she's literally my age. Like, she and I would have gone to high school together in terms of age. Like, I think she was born maybe a month or two before I was.
Yeah.
And
how did your first album do in comparison to hers?
My first album's still pending.
Stop.
Hey, no. I'll say this though. I have a symphony recording and she doesn't.
Ooh.
I recorded a flute quartet and she didn't. She has recorded piano and solo voice, so I can't claim that one on her because she fucking got me on that. But I can say I wrote a symphony and she didn't.
All I know is, man, she made homemade Pop-Tarts apparently for the Kansas
Dude,
City.
she's so
Right.
fucking cool. Like
I
the
mean,
more I get
homemade
to know about her,
Pop-Tarts.
she's so cool.
You know,
Right. The two of them
Travis,
together.
marry that girl. Marry
Right.
that woman, young woman, if she wants to. If she wants to marry you, marry her, dude. Like, come on. I'll even
I
have you on this podcast to talk about it. Like,
she's
if you want
grooming
to
him
join the
now.
shit
Like,
talk, come join us.
she's grooming him now. Like, he's gonna marry her. Like,
Hell yeah, good for her.
he's being domesticated, right?
Hell yeah, good for
You
Well,
can
her.
see it.
he's
You can
getting his
see it.
hair all fixed up. Yeah.
Right.
He's
You know,
combing up and looking good.
he's shopping it. He's looking at her. He's sitting on the couch looking at the J. Crew, catalog.
Well,
Like
he
he's
always
getting
had game when it came to clothes. Like he's as
not
much of a
anymore.
clothes horse as she is.
Not
But
anymore.
No, that's because he's wealthy enough to look like shit now.
Well, no,
Right.
he is going to dad husband mode, right?
Yeah.
Because what it is when you get with a
without the
certain
dad
woman,
bod.
it's subtle. It's what it is it's see, I Lawrence, you don't know this because you over there. But I'm gonna tell you how it is. and Nick's gonna back me up. What it is women when they set to marry you, it's like a witchcraft spell, right? And it's subtle. And you get it's like domesticus marriage preface is what it is. For all you Harry Potter fans out there.
Yeah.
And you start doing things you never thought you'd do, like use bathroom spray, to cut down on the manly musk that comes out the bathroom.
Use face wash.
Yeah. And you start
Like,
grooming.
look at my skin, man. Like, it looks good as fuck. That's
I
because I
know.
use face wash every fucking day. I'm gonna plug it. Like, use
That's
that
what I'm
shit,
saying.
bro.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's what happens. I've been married before and I got domesticated. There are some things that even I, as a single man, still do. There's times that, I'll use the facilities. I'll go, man, I need to spray it. And I'll use bathroom spray. And it's only me. Right. It's just me.
But you don't want it to smell bad either, man.
No, because I've been domesticated. Right.
Yeah.
I've come through the fire and been reforged in the light of domestication.
I don't know how to tell you guys this, right? But me and my boyfriend are like a Saturday Night Live skit because we will sit around naked watching football, drinking beer, and then we'll be like, "You want to fuck during this commercial break?" Yeah. Should we order some pizza?
Let's I'm gonna tell you right now.
See, what's more manly than hanging out with two dudes and just
watching football and having sex?
MAGA guys, right?
Right.
You guys already hang out with each other all the time, and girls don't like you. You're partway there, and most of you are fucking hiding it anyway.
Right.
That's why they're mad,
exactly.
though. But see, that's why they're mad.
They talk about it all the time.
They look at that, and it gets them mad because they're like, "Oh man, I could be there, but then I've corrupted this woman with the patriarchy, and now I got to listen to her going crazy. And I could be fucking my bear daddy and a commercial break because God knows there's a lot of them in the NFL. That's why they're so mad.
Seconds. Yeah, come on, man. You got every 30 seconds, and he'd be down for it. Just go for it, bro.
That's it.
Dude, seriously. I put on a jockstrap and my Jason Kelsey jersey, and it's on for the entire game. Like, we watch the game. We fuck, we drink some beer, we order some pizza, we fuck again.
What's more manly than that? Come on,
because
ain't nothing more manly than that.
For me, I don't listen to. I've never been a fan of Taylor Swift, right? I don't dislike her, but it's not my music. It's not my thing.
Yeah.
But I look at her and I go, damn, this woman is impressive as a businesswoman, as a musician. She's just impressive as hell. And
yeah, she owns all her stuff too. Like, it's all hers now.
Right. Finally, she owns all of it. That was such a boss move to be like, oh, I'm just going to re-record it note for note perfection so that my version is completely supplants the originals. Fuck you, dude.
Oh yeah, you let me only do it for 4 minutes. Now I'm going to do it for 8.5. I'm going to put out this fucking
and if I was Travis Kelce, this is what I'd be doing. I say, dog, you are already the greatest tight end in NFL history. You surpassed Gronk. Shannon Sharp gave you his flowers. All 2 years ago. You are already the greatest tight end in NFL history. You surpassed Gronk. 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 on your show. You got a great podcast. You got all these things. Stop. You got Super Bowl rings. You have damn near all the records, bro. All you need to do, you retire.
Right.
Go to the Hall of Fame.
Retire
You're
and dedicate your life to raising babies with Taylor
first
Swift.
ballot Hall of Fame. Just stand off to the side of her concert, holding her jacket when she come off stage like, baby, I got you.
Oh my God, yeah.
I'm posting up
He
right
does
here.
already. He does
Right
that
here.
shit already.
Right here. I just
Imagine
feel like,
what their
and it
tweets
was
are going to be like.
And she
Oh my
pans over to you, you just go, that's it. That's all you got to do. That's
That's it.
all you got to do.
Right.
You done.
Right.
You done, baby.
Raise those kids right.
Take your manhood, your single manhood DD-214, get out of that.
Get
Go
it
be married.
notarized. Fucking sign that shit. Go get married, man. You already you hold her jacket. You love this girl.
Absolutely.
You love this woman. Fucking do the right thing.
Right.
You ain't cleaning the
generations
house.
of young men model what it means to be a fucking devoted husband to this incredible woman.
Absolutely.
That's it.
You love her already. Just show the world what fatherhood can be on a massive scale and redefine it. Because, hey, that's the whole thing, isn't it? They're trying to destroy the moral fabric of America. And this is something that could fundamentally help it. Not just, they could do so much good, not intentionally, but just by getting married and being happy.
Yes,
because they're famous. Use your privilege for what it's worth. You got billions of dollars, both of you. You're richer than he is by generations of wealth.
Right.
So was Giselle with Tom Brady, right?
But that means, you know what? But that means with fucking with Travis, just use all of his money. Just be like, hey girl, you be my sugar mama for the rest of our life.
It.
I will
Put it in
be
the bank.
house dad. Perfect. I will donate every dollar I make for the rest of my life towards helping men and making families better and showing what it's like to be a dad.
Yeah. Have two friends that are like your personal assistants, and they're there to tell you the truth and keep your ass out of trouble. That's it.
Yep.
That's what they're there for, right?
They're basically American royalty as it is, right? Like they could literally be, like do all the good, all the, social services and charity work. Like, come on, man. Like you
practice,
you're
practice this line. Already. Practice this line over and over with a smile on your face. I'm just here to support Taylor.
Right.
I'm just here to support Taylor.
Right.
And it's that's it. It's like, I did what I did on the football field, but I'm in the next phase of my life. I'm here to support Taylor.
Hell yeah.
And if he don't want to do that, I sure as shit will.
Frederick is fully available, girl.
I'll do it. I'll support the shit out of her, man.
We're starting a new campaign now.
That's it.
Pick Fred.
If Travis leaves Taylor Swift and she's like, I've never been proposed to. Oh, we gonna fix that right here, girl. Right now. You got that money for that ring? I'll get it for you. Whatever you want.
I ain't got the money for the ring and I ain't gonna sell my books. But you buy me that ring for you and I'll make it.
Right. Would you give me an allowance enough so I can buy you a giant diamond ring?
Baby girl, I don't even need an allowance. It's like, you just let me stay in the place. And I was like, you know what? It's like all this staff and people we got to help is like they doing their job, girl. They doing their job. Like I can happily report that. You know what I mean?
You want a hype man? Because you got Frederick.
Yeah.
Frederick will be the fucking hype man for you.
We'll
hype with him. We'll hype him up too and you up. I'll have you on, Taylor. If you're watching, I know you're not, but if you ever see this for some reason,
right?
You're welcome on this show.
And I love the Kelseys. I love. Well, all I'm saying
Kelseys
is,
too.
If my man dips out, it's like, girl, I'll make sure the house is taken care of. I'll make whatever you need me to do. I'll support you. I can find the clitoris. I do it all. You know what I'm saying? I do it all. You ain't got to worry about nothing. There you go. That's my pitch.
Hey, that's a good pitch.
Right.
I think that's a good
hashtag. I can find the clitoris.
I can. I've been trained again. Like I said, I've been trained. Okay, I know my womanly land navigation. I know where it's at.
You've been there. You've done this. You've done it right.
Just head down the valley towards the top. It's right there. Just
it ain't hard to find if you know what you're looking for.
Start at the feet and head north. That's it. That's all you got to do.
Oh my God, this is a great way to wake up. Thank you so
Absolutely.
much. Hey, I want to just say hi to some of the folks in the chat because everybody has been so active so far. Chat, I'm seeing you. I know we're talking a lot and just going. Cat, PJ, Morgan, anyone else in the chat. I see y'all. Um, it's great to see everyone. We're going to keep talking about this shit because who cares?
Right.
Like,
Right.
what's going on right now? So the big story, we already know the big story that's going on. It's Epstein, and it's
Of
the
course.
fall of
It's
Trump.
yeah. Like it's he got so the
Oh, hey
Republicans got
Dana, welcome.
okey doked in the oversight committee, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you all hear about that? It was I'm trying to
It
remember
was
who
what,
it was.
8-2 or 8-3
It,
that
yeah, it
they
was
Yeah,
like
voted.
it
8-3.
was
Three Republicans joined with 5 Dems.
I can't remember it's a black woman. She started like basically she flipped it and okey doked them. And then I think it was Gonzalez. I could be wrong in his name. Backed her up. It was interesting the shenanigans they did. Nancy Mace voted to release him in full. God, she's such an
Yeah,
opportunist. She's
she
she's so
is.
devoid of any kind of morality or
They're
principled
all
stand.
devoid of
Yeah,
anything. That's the thing, is like you look at their eyes, like look at their eyes when they're talking, and there's nothing there.
no,
JD
no,
Vance has nothing there.
Right.
Nancy Mace has nothing there. Marjorie
no.
Taylor Greene never had anything there, so it's hard to tell the difference. Mike Johnson definitely doesn't have anything there. I'd be interested to see what his grinder profile looks like. But then again, he sends all his info and his phone records to his underage sons, so that might be
Right. So that they can
pedophilia just
police
in
each other's
itself.
porn habits.
So,
Bro,
so is that considered pedophilia if you're supplying porn to your child because they're under 18, right?
it sounds
Like,
like
Well,
it to me,
I
man.
feel like that's
he's not.
illegal.
He's is he supplying porn or is he monitoring to see if
Oh,
his
his
child?
son would be monitoring his phone, basically,
They're
which would allow his son to have access to porn.
they swap records. Like so basically Mike monitors his son's porn activity and the son monitors Mike's porn activity.
So
Mm,
let me go a little bit into depth on this before we talk, because this is a scary ass topic. Um, so
mm,
in the far right Christian like nationalist community, the Dominionist side of the community, a lot of them, or like even the Mormons and groups that are very, very, very dedicated. Like I'm not saying stand like most Mormons. I'm saying like the most dedicated, like the very fundamentalists, the ones who want to destroy the things. A lot of them have these like purity apps on their phone that
oh,
are literally scrapers. They scrape every bit of data off your phone and then they transmit it to somebody else, which means somebody has access to every single piece of data that's on Mike Johnson's phone. Mike Johnson is the Speaker of the fucking House, and his phone has a scraping app on it that
Oh
sends
god.
data to who knows fucking where. We're worried about Pete Hegseth with Signalgate. Mike Johnson has a scraping app on his phone. And he's the one we know about. Who else in Congress has those, and where does that information go, and who's getting it? That's what
oh.
I'd like to know. So anyway, Mike Johnson's a fucking creep. What do you guys think about him?
I think he's a creep. You know, I think he's all like. Here's the thing. He's the guy that okey dokes you into thinking all this is normal because we forget that he was one of the ones that saw like that was the architect of this horrible justification for Jan 6th after the
Hmm.
fact. Right? You know, but because he speaks like this and it's, you know, I sound very educated and I keep my voice at a monotone level. So obviously, you know, when I talk about putting a gun to your mother's head and pulling the trigger, it's, you know, you shouldn't really be alarmed by that. That's the problem, right? He's,
Hmm.
he's a psychopath, right?
Yeah.
You know, he's, you know, if, and somehow they get into politics, right? You know, he's the kind of guy that I look at him and I'm just like, you've done some dastardly stuff in your life, bro. I can
Yeah.
just tell, I just get that vibe from you, dude. You
Same.
Yeah.
know,
So question: what happened to his son that he adopted? He adopted some like random black kid
at
who
like
was
14,
underage,
yeah,
and he was kind of young too. It's sort of very Matt Gatesy because Matt Gaetz did the exact same thing with a boy, with a male, with a boy.
Yeah.
Like these people are grooming boys. These people aren't just doing this to girls. Like we got to talk about the boys that are being fucking trafficked also.
Oh yeah. Well,
because Mike Johnson trafficked a boy. And where is that kid? Whatever happened to him? You don't ever see him. He doesn't talk about him. Is he alive? Is he a kid? Like you just talked about Peter Thiel on your show, Lawrence.
Yeah.
And like kids disappearing. And Peter Thiel's known to be around boys that disappear. Like what happens to these boys? So, because that leads into where are all these kids getting trafficked to that are in these ICE raids? We don't ever hear about them. Where are these kids going? Who is taking them? And what are they doing to these boys?
Yeah.
I mean, I think
and
our
girls,
worst
and girls
suspicions are we know what's happening to these kids. And
yeah, we know because the Trump files are everywhere.
Right. I love that you're calling them to the Trump files now. I think that is a magnificent rebranding because
nice. I like that.
It's not the Epstein files; it's the fucking Trump files. Because we
can
know.
We call maybe we call them the Trumpstein files. Like
I don't want to do the Trumpstein because there's so much anti-Semitism already that I think bringing in Epstein even more, because Epstein is a huge part of it, and I don't want to downplay any of that. I literally write poetry about Epstein every fucking day right now. Like, it's disgusting and I hate it, but I write poetry about Epstein every day. Fred, I'm going to read today's poem because I don't think you've actually been on any of the shows while I've read any poetry.
No.
And this one goes, I'm getting into the heart of like the next step of what's after Trump, because we all see that this is the fall of Trump in some way. The damage is what happens when it all comes out. Well, it's interesting. I just saw in the chat. I am not a conspiracy theorist, so I'm not saying I believe this, but I have seen this as a conspiracy that is put out by the right, by MAGA. Somebody just said this. Of Epstein is dead. There's a conspiracy that Epstein didn't die in prison.
Interesting.
There's an interesting conspiracy that they have that Epstein is actually alive, and the whole thing is that they busted him out instead of him dying, and he's still controlling it because Epstein has a lot of ties, just like Maxwell does, to Ghislaine, because that's actually how you say her name, and I'll say it. I try not to say names incorrectly unless it's Dumpy Trumpy, or Tiny Tank Trump. My wheels are so squeaky. I loved him. He was so fun. We should do a Trump off one day on just random shit.
The problem is now
we already know you're gonna win.
No, I'm gonna do South Park.
I don't know I'm gonna win. Fred, Fred's got voices in there. I heard it yesterday. He's a D&D. He's got voices. He's got those in his head. He's trying to get them out.
I think I'm gonna do. My problem is I'm gonna be like Dana Carvey when he did George H.W. Bush, which wasn't George H.W. Bush, when he's like, not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Like that, and George H.W. Bush never said that, right? But that's how everybody remembers it.
Right
now, because of South Park, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, guy, relax, come on, relax." That's now gonna be my Trump,
Right.
Tell
me to relax.
I give so much props to them. So much, Trey, Matt. Thank you for doing that.
For real.
Came through, man. I've kind of fallen in and out of love with them over the years.
For sure.
But bro, they're fearless. They don't give a damn.
They got fuck you money. Like you were talking about, Lawrence. I'm glad you guys brought that up this morning. Thank you. Because they got fuck you money, and they're saying fuck you. And that's what I'm saying. Like, Taylor, Travis, get married and then use some of that fuck you money for good.
Right. What is the point of having that much money unless you can actually use it to say fuck you?
That's it.
Like, they're ending our democracy. Say fuck you.
Right.
Exactly. 100%. You got a poem? Where's the poem?
I have a poem for you. So today's poem, it's about the Epstein files, but it's not, the Trump files. But it's now about the downfall and what comes next. Because we know what comes next, and I want to get your guys' opinion on some of these folks because they're creepy and disgusting as fuck. And it all ties into some nasty shit. Okay, so today's poem, Coup of the Coup. Truth comes out to light, bursting from a wellspring. Words now revealed, there's nothing you can say, saying so much while still meaning nothing. Everything confirmed by your DOJ. Paying his dues by destroying it all things unwind as the ground starts to break, breaking apart, tearing morals to fall, faltering our roots, destroying to unmake. Undertaking a new coup of the coup, hiding JD behind a mask so red, red in the path on his way to recoup, put in, revenge with no word said, silent to take, from the shadow make fear, silent they take. It's time for Palantir.
Mm-hmm. All right, all right.
Nice. It's time for Palantir. Yeah.
It's time for Palantir. Jesus fucking Christ, that's scary.
So what do
Yeah.
you guys think? That's the intro to it. What do you think about Palantir? Brett, I know you've probably interacted with some systems that they use, because most of us who were in the military did. Actually, if you were in the Army or in the Marines or any ground force that had a intelligence collection or missiles of any sort, you worked with Palantir. Or avionics, you probably worked with Palantir.
Oh yeah. And the thing about like what's fascinating about like these tech bros, right, is there's a point you're seeing this with Elon Musk, right, where it's just the human mind can't really grasp all the power they're trying to get, and it starts to break down. And
Yeah.
so I mean, it's kind of it's and they've done people have written papers on basically how being a billionaire is almost like it's a disease. It fucks with you.
Mm.
And besides screwing with all the rest of us and, killing the world and everything else, but it's I don't like the issues. The thing about these tech pros is it's this technocratic techocracy that, oh yeah, the technology is going to solve all our problems. It's going to push us here. The problem is they've gotten so far away from these initial what they try to do, which is cornucopia technology, the Star Trek universe that they all kind of grew up in. Now they've gone into this Curtis Yevon, dark enlightenment crap that, it's just
Right.
we're all going to be peasants and they're going to be at the top of it. Yeah, dude, I hate to tell you, that's not how it's going to work out.
No, it's not. People don't want to be slaves.
Right. Nobody wants to be a slave. And, come on, man. Palantir, really? Like, you're giving it away with your name. Like, you're telling us what you're trying to do. The dark orb, for real? Come on.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
You want to give some, Lawrence, you want to give some lore around the Palantir? Do you know?
I'm
mean, assuming you know.
Yeah, essentially the Palantir is a scrying ball, right? A scrying crystal ball. Yep. in the world, in the folklore of Lord of the Rings, J.R.R. Tolkien's universe, right? And I don't remember all the details, but there were a limited amount of them. And in the time of the Lord of the Rings trilogy, I think there's just this one left, right? And it has been, or two, because they're essentially connected to each other.
Yeah, there's two. There's at least two that are known.
At least two, because Sauron has one, or the essence of Sauron is in them. I think probably more than I. Essentially,
so I actually have it written down in one of my pieces.
It's correct me if I'm wrong. It's the thing when in one of the movies where Gandalf is going to talk to Saruman, and he pulls it off. He's like, no, they hadn't all been recovered, and he throws it back on. Right. Yeah.
Right. And there's that moment where Gandalf connects to the Eye of Sauron and you realize, oh shit, it's been corrupted, or like he's on the network, right? He's hacked the network basically of scrying balls.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Palantir,
which is my new band name, Scrying Balls. I just made it up.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
So the Palantir, they're a communication device, basically, partially they are, but one of their main functions is they give you fractured visions of current, future, or past events but not always in order and not always correct because they're corruptible. It's easily corrupt. It's very, very, very high level magic, like of the world. It was created very, very, very high level in the Tolkien world. But it's corruptible by other very, very strong magics. Um, and so Sauron corrupted it, Sauron was able to access the corrupted functions of it,
Right.
and he twists visions. So I mean, Palantir, yeah, they give their name away. They twist things. They want
Right.
data.
Of
They want to
course.
collect and they want to see everything and know all. Like, why do you think they got a contract with DHS to access every single piece of our database?
Right.
Every database.
It's the panopticon, right? It's the
Uh-huh.
it's
Yeah.
the tech pro belief that if you just have more data, if you can just cram more data into something, you can understand the secrets of the universe, right?
Right.
So they think if they can know everything about us, they can engineer a society that actually works.
Yep.
And the problem is that no human brain can parse all that information. So the push to AI is to get basically a tool that can help them parse all that data and see patterns.
Yep.
Yeah.
And and that's what they're trying to do.
And they want to build in profiling.
Right, built-in profiling. And my question is, why you read sci-fi and say, I want to be the bad guy. I want to
Yeah,
be the
exactly.
villain that runs the mega corporation.
Because they won't be the bad guy because they've
Oh,
self-rationalized that they're not the bad guy.
right.
Yeah.
The thing about me is, like, I'm a historian. I'm not much of a technologist, right?
Yeah.
Or I'm historically trained. And where I studied back during the early part of the 20th century, so we're talking like early American Empire, Roosevelt, Taft. The thing about that back then was there was this hope of science pushing us to it's the same thing now, right? It's going to push us to a brighter future. That's where the universal gold standard came in. That's where, like democracy, is the best form, like European style systems, whether it's parliament or this or that. And that's where they thought, like, the Hague came out of that, all this stuff, because they thought we're going to go to a one world government. That's where we're headed, right? Because we're all enlightened, objective beings, and we've got all this knowledge now. Like, we're going to this great enlightenment. Even T.S. Eliot used to say poetry, he had objective rules that you could, critique whether poetry was good or bad or not, right? The atomic age, like, that's where postmodernism comes out of it, crushes all that. And a guy by the name of Thomas Kuhn, Kuhn, wrote, pretty much, it still holds up. Knowledge and science are never value free. They are always based on politics and the moment of the people that are pushing them, right? And that is what you're seeing with technologists,
Yeah.
right? It is not value free. These guys will say it is, but it's not, right?
Yeah.
And so, and will technology, solve these problems? Here's the other thing, and this is I'll grant you, this is very much anecdotal. Marines are going into Fallujah, right? Clearing it out. I think that was 2004. They're kicking in doors, right? And part of kicking in those doors and going through those doorways is they had tripwires would explode, caused all kinds of injuries. So the DoD puts out this machine that is going to let you electronically identify the tripwires, blah, blah, blah. Paid all this money for it. Didn't work, right? How did Marines get around this? They would buy crazy string and shoot it at the doorway because crazy string is light enough to land on the tripwire and stick, but not set it off. Right? And so
That's
the
fucking
thing about
brilliant, man.
Yeah, it is. It's a low-tech solution.
Right. It's a low-tech hack.
Now, and I'm not saying that I'm not trying to be a Luddite and I'm not trying to be like some, like a primitive or anything like that. But the thing about it is like it's the arrogance of hubris. It's literally the Tower of Babel, right? that you think you can take all this knowledge and you're going to somehow reach to the end of the Platonic, chain of being, the ontological chain of being, and you're going to become like a deity. And it's like, no, man, you're always going to have a blind spot.
Yep.
You just are,
Right.
It's like
and
reaching for, sorry to interrupt. It's like reaching
yeah,
for the uh the AI thing.
yeah.
I'm at a loss for words.
No, that's the whole
The
point in order.
singularity. It's the
Yeah,
The
singularity.
singularity.
They're
because
reaching for the singularity.
there isn't a singularity, right?
No,
And that's
and
the
it's a
whole
series of events.
right. That's the whole point of that is the whole point of what Tolkien was trying to say. That's the whole point with a lot of these science fiction authors, because you got to remember, like with Dune and everything else, they're coming into an like post atomic era, where we have harnessed the power of the atom, where we can
Mm-hmm.
destroy the entire world.
Yeah.
Right.
Planetary
And
destruction.
right, and people are finally asking, human beings are asking, we can do this, should we?
Right.
Yes.
Should we have some restraint? Right? Should we
Always.
pull back? And so, but there's going to be people in our society that, while pushing boundaries is good and exploring unexplored frontiers is good, there comes a point where it's not good, right?
Yeah.
And all those same people will self-rationalize, right? You know, and it will allow them to do horrible things.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm grabbing up these Hispanics who are here illegally because they're criminals, and I'm just making my country better.
Mhm.
Well,
It's the example of Star Trek. Star Trek is the society that advanced technologically after we destroyed ourselves,
Right.
basically, in a
Right.
war.
Yeah.
We learned how to harness technology for good
mhm,
by going faster than light. We found aliens, but then we put rules in place. There's a
yes,
prime directive in
for a
Star Trek.
reason.
For a reason, you cannot interfere with other societies that are pre-starflight, like
Mhm,
pre faster than light, because it fucks up their growth. And it's exactly that, is it's technology with restraint. Like, I'm a
Right.
technologist. I'm
yeah,
also part of the everything every time I went to school. So I've gone to school twice. I have a degree in music theory and composition, and I have a degree in computer science.
yeah,
Um, and during both of those degrees, I took sociology courses because I like the ethics behind things, and I wanted to understand, like, what is the impact of what I'm doing and how does it make good? Because in computer science, when you get your degree, you learn a creed, which is do no harm or do
mhm,
good. It's the Google's original philosophy and their
Right. Way
original
back in the day.
motto of do no evil. I think that's wrong, and I think that's how we got to the place where we are, where technologists see themselves as this like hierarchy of we're better than everybody else. We have this
yeah,
meritocracy system that
Oh,
doesn't
for
work
sure.
because it's really awful and it hurts people and it puts people into fucking therapy for years. Me,
Yeah.
I'm an example of it. I went through a year and a half of therapy because of somebody who just bullied the shit out of me most days.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
Have been
that's
there.
how it
Had a tech
works.
career.
Like, that's how tech works. Like, it's not a good culture right now, and we can confront that.
yeah,
Um, and we need to, but it's all that bullshit that they think they're better because they have this false sense of self. And the difference between Star Trek, like I was saying, the difference between Star Wars, say, and Star Trek is technology was really put for good in Star Trek, not in Star Wars.
Right.
no,
Right.
no, and I think a lot of it has to do with this notion that technology, like like there's this notion that humanity is fundamentally flawed, right? Okay, and
And that
I'll
technology is fundamentally good.
yeah, like, because it's going to fix the fundamental flaws of human technology
Right.
or humanity, right? Technology is
Yeah.
going to fix the fundamental flaws of humanity. And so the thing is, a lot of times with humanity, where this where we're fundamentally flawed, it comes with we are imperfect. We have imperfect knowledge. We have imperfect perception. We have trauma. We have psychological like biases. You name it, right? And it colors everything that we do. The problem with that is thinking that there is a place. This is what I talked with Lawrence yesterday, and I wrote about the value of enough, right? Today, based on our conversation after you jumped off yesterday, which is you are always going to come from a flawed place, right?
Oh,
And
absolutely.
your actions, your intent will sometimes or a lot of time not match up with your impact, right? But what makes you human is like a human being is absolutely what you do. And there's good and bad in that, right? So the bad part is you're going to do bad things. That is the angst you're going to feel. When you make decisions, you are changing your world. You are trying to make something different happen because you're making a choice. However, and you're going to screw that up from time to time. And especially when you get high level of leadership, you might make a mistake that might screw it up for a lot of people, right?
Oh, yeah.
But you can also change for the better. You can also do better. So that's why I love, like, you are what you do fundamentally. And if you get up and you try to do good things every day, statistically, you're going to have better outcomes for more people every day, right?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so,
what?
and then thus that makes you a good person. So people might say, well, I'm a bad person. Yeah, but you don't have to stay a bad person.
Yeah. It's a choice.
Right. So it's like for MAGA, you can come back to the light. You can come back and be a better person. You don't have to be a homophobe your whole life. You don't have to be a sexist. You don't have to be a racist.
Yeah.
And technology is just going to reflect. And if you buy into Kuhn, right, all technology is going to do is be a reflection in a lot of ways of who we are and where we're at. And if we think we can do no wrong, and if we think, oh, because we've made this magnificent technology, this Tower of Babel, that we can be like God.
It's like what we do with unrestricted capitalism, right?
Yeah.
Like it is the same belief that, if you exalt capitalism and think that markets are perfect, the perfect decider, and then you don't regulate capitalism, you end up with a system that basically crushes people at the expense of capital. And these guys with technology are just kind of adding those two things together, technology plus capital. Two perfect decider systems. If we marry them together, it's going to fix all the flaws of humanity, and it doesn't.
It's the same thing with Marxism on the other side, right?
Right.
Because what you're saying is, and I see this a lot from the leftists, right? Is, well, capitalism is horrible. Yeah, late stage capitalism is absolutely horrible, right?
Yep.
It's dehumanization. There's all these problems with it. So, Marxism is the answer. It's like, is it? There are some good things in it that Marx talks about.
Right.
But it is not like, but if you're looking for a perfect
implementation.
Yeah. If you're looking for a perfect system, you're not going to find it.
Right.
No, there's no perfect system.
Yeah. Because it's going to be created by imperfect people, right? That are going to make mistakes. What you really need to do is you set up this bureaucracy, you set up a country, you set up all this stuff. How do you give people as much as you can buy into that system? It's trying to find those ways for you or me at whatever level we're at to go that extra mile that day.
I like to say it's people-powered populism because that's what it is. Like, democracy is populism by nature. Like, it has to be 50 plus one. Like, that's it. That's democracy, is 50 plus one. It's kind of a winner take all situation, which kind of sucks in a lot of ways because it's not as pluralistic as our society. I think our democracy could flourish if we went a little more parliamentarian in our House of Representatives and actually let parties form coalitions. and use like a popular like ranked choice voting systems and things like that. Like I think there are very good ideas on progressive left. I'm progressive left, but I'm progressive left in a way that like cares about people and doesn't want to leave people behind, because when you get too far left or too far right, they merge.
Yeah.
And it's
Yep.
really, and that's where we're at, is we're in the dangerous spot where the very, very far fringes of both groups have been outcast in a way and are going to join together, partially under the America Party. I have a feeling folks like, and this is just a prediction, and I hope
Mm.
I'm wrong, is that Ro Khanna may break away from the Democratic Party. I think Thomas Massey will break away from the Republican Party. I think a couple folks will break away and join the America Party once Trump falls, because they're going to see an opportunity for power and not for good. And
Oh
that's
yeah.
really what most of these folks in the Capitol are there for, is power. They don't care about us.
Sure.
There's a few of them that really do. I'm going to give props to the folks that really do, like Jasmine Crockett, AOC, Bernie, Ruben Gallego.
Right.
I know there's a ton more, and I'm sorry that I'm not going to name a lot, because naming Congress folks is freaking hard.
Oh yeah. I probably could name like 20 off the top of my head. And
Yeah, it's so tough to do, and I don't want to name the shitty ones. Like
Right.
my
Yeah.
congressman sucks,
Bro, I
and
could
he's
name
not doing
21.
his job.
I got you beat. I could name 21, man. Let's go.
I mean,
got
for
22.
for me,
I double dare you to name them all.
Yeah, that's funny. No, for myself, it's like, and again, there's a lot of possible ways this can go, right?
Mhm.
And there's no way you can kind of game it out. And in some ways, like, it's kind of useless. And well, only
It's
if it
not
helps,
because
only if it
the
helps guard you against like getting hit with it, right?
yeah.
You've got to be careful with it, in the sense of, if it leads you to if it leads you to unhelpful anxiety, panic, then no, it's not, right? Um, so the thing about, like, to me, anything that stops you from action is
Mhm.
bad, right? Like,
Yes.
that's, I mean, I'm like, if I'm very much like in some ways, I'm very much a hard realist in that perspective. Anything that impedes action, it's not helpful. But you need to think about certain things. You need to think about these things, because this might happen, and if it does, what do we do? Right? You know. Um where I see positivity is, people are getting really furious about this stuff, because this is like, damn it, Adam Smith said in The
Mhm.
Wealth of Nations, an unregulated market first eats everything around it and then eats itself. This unregulated capitalism is chowing down on the rest of us. There ain't a whole lot left of it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And
Yes.
so,
And it's all on purpose. The destruction of
yeah,
capitalism like this is on purpose. Like forcing late stage we never had to get to late stage
no,
capitalism. It was a
Right.
no.
choice. And it wasn't specifically our choice. This was actually, I'm going to keep bringing up Zev Shalabinlev and Dean Blundell on this, because they're right. This is a Russian backed scheme, because they fucking told us when they were falling that they were going to do exactly this, and they're
Bingo.
doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
So why
because
don't we
because the
believe the
Republicans let in
enemy?
all the
Believe
Russian
the
money.
enemy.
Right.
Yeah, they got
Yeah.
all this money. Rush Limbaugh, folks like that started all of this shit. The churches, the Russian Orthodox Church is a network of KGB spies. That's it. That's what they are. They report back to Putin. He is the head of the church in Russia. He's the head of everything. And
Yeah.
people keep talking about, so I'm going to bring this up because this is one of my favorite topics. I actually studied Russia when I was in college. I took a course at Pitt. So I went to Carnegie Mellon, and University of
Oh,
Pittsburgh's next door.
yeah.
And you can do courses between the two colleges. So my senior year, I needed to fill up time because I had done all of my courses that I needed to graduate basically through the first 2.5 years. So I was just hanging out. So I needed enough courses to maintain my scholarship to go to school. So I took a course on Russian history about the oil industry
Oh,
and
yeah.
sociology around it. And man, is it interesting. And you learn a lot about like the fall and how it all consolidates into the ownership of a single person. But here's the weird part. Most people and at least for me, is most people keep talking about Putin wants to form the USSR again. I don't think so. I think he
No,
wants to
I don't think so either.
reform the Russian Empire because he wants to be a czar.
Right.
He commissioned a study to see where all the land purchases of Russian territory were from the Russian Empire, not from the USSR, but from the Russian Empire. That includes Alaska, folks. Like
Yep.
that includes US territory and states. He wants the Russian Empire, not the USSR. So I think that's where this comes in, and I think he's got a lot of money behind it. I also think he's involved in the pedophilia, but that's I
Sure.
can't tell. I don't know. He's
And
somehow involved because the money all goes back to Russia, and everything in Russia flows through one person who's not dumb. He is a spy. He's a KGB trained. He got in there and consumed power quickly. Like he knows what he's doing. He's a smart motherfucker.
He's doing a great
And he's
job.
ruthless.
and they
Well,
want to crash the American economy, right? In addition to
Uh-huh.
everything else, the reason that none of the Republican plans for the economy make sense is because they're trying to crash the American
Uh-huh.
economy.
Well,
They like
he's
Tim Pool,
doing
like
he's
they
doing
paid
a
people to do Russian propaganda during the election.
Yeah.
Sure.
And for years.
He's doing a great job though because he's following Tsar Nicholas's playbook in the Sino-Japanese War, where the Russians got wiped out by Japan. So Ukraine's doing that to them. So I mean,
Oh,
bang
yeah.
up job, Putin. You're doing
Oh, yeah.
great.
Bang up
buddy.
job on that front. I'm saying on
Keep
one
doing
front,
it.
he's not really good at the war side. He's
No,
good at the spy
neither were the
side.
czars. Neither were the
Yeah,
czars.
that's true. They
They
were
were kind
always
of
good at the
terrible.
spy stuff. They like killing each other.
Right.
Oh yeah,
Hey,
they were
bring
good at
back
getting a lot
Catherine
of.
the Great is what I'm saying. Let's Catherine the Great and some horse
Oh,
fucking.
fuck
Where we
yeah.
at?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
she's an outlier because she was a woman. I mean, Peter the Great was pretty good,
See, we need
but
some more women in charge. Like, let's get Navalny's wife to just come in and consume power in Russia.
Okay.
That would be a power play. Like
yeah,
if she
that
fucking took over, she would just behead Putin, and it would just be the czar. I would be cool with a new queen of Russia.
Right.
Like,
Tsarina.
let's go.
I would get nervous. I would get nervous.
Oh yeah, I would
Oh,
get
yeah.
nervous too.
Oh yeah,
Russia's
because now
scary as
I'm
fuck.
like, oh damn, they got a killer in there now.
Oh yeah,
It's
but
like-
maybe they'd at least stop the war on Ukraine.
I mean, they would do that, but it's like I'd be like, yo, we need to really beef up NATO. Come on now. It's
Well,
like what? They coming,
Yeah.
man. They
Like,
coming.
please, Trump, get out of here. The thing is, we need to get both Trump and JD out because they've already pulled us out of some of the UN stuff, and we need to not allow them to pull us out of NATO.
I think they're going to. I think that's the last step. I think
Yeah,
That is.
yeah.
They're
I
going to
think they're-
arrest Obama and they're going to pull us out of NATO.
Yeah.
You really think they're going to arrest Obama? I mean, I don't
think
know.
they're going to try. I think that is something. If Trump is able to survive long enough,
Yeah.
he is going to do it because he's priming his base to arrest him. He's always wanted to. It's the one person who insulted him the most, who
Right.
he ran for president because Obama made
Because of
fun
the
of him
insult at the-
because a black dude insulted this micro penis and told him to his face that my hands are so small. I need a microphone. I need a magnifying glass. That's a hard word.
Right. No complaints.
Is it a
No
pop-up
complaints. There's
book?
never been any complaints.
Yeah,
No
I
one's
think
ever complained. They've never felt it before. It's never been inside any woman without their permission. It's like a little picture pop-up book. It goes,
Oh no. The mental image. I thought spreading unverified rumors. I saw
yep,
someone
all
post something
unverified,
about
alleged.
alleged.
I believe Stormy Daniels. I believe.
Yeah, the his thing, apparently, his kink is that he likes it when little girls rub soft blankets on his penis.
Ew.
Yeah, that apparently
That
is.
just, oh, I'm gonna throw up after this show.
Hey,
Just so you know, I'm gonna
rub
have to
that
like hold
blanket
my
on my
beard back
mushroom.
and take a shower. Like, holy fuck,
I tell
that's
you, man,
gross.
it's like as I move through the world and I see all this like some of that horribleness and this other kink, I realize how utterly vanilla I am when it comes to a lot of things, man. Because I'm like, who would even think of that, bro? Like,
Like,
I'm just,
they're literally, Trump is literally pushing a lawsuit right now to have the law repealed that requires churches to report sex abuse of children.
oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
He wants to have that law repealed. The Republicans, I'm going to stop saying Trump at this point. The
Yeah.
Republicans are
That
trying
could win
to,
fucked up Friday. That's fucked up enough that could win fucked up Friday for
oh
sure.
my God, like they're trying to repeal the law to have priests or abuse. I'm not even going to call them priests, abusers who take on the mantle of priesthood or fatherhood or as a rabbi or whatever your faith is. They're not going to have to report sex abuse to children
yeah,
of children of
and then
children.
from that, it's just a small step, because it's like, oh hey, I'm a priest in this, online church, you know,
Mhm.
so I can't be taken to jail.
Yep, and you can't check my history. It's all black box now because I'm a priest.
Right.
And oh, we can now also donate to political campaigns unfettered, and we don't pay taxes, so we're just a black box of money. And who knows where that money comes from because the IRS can't check it because we don't pay taxes or get audited. So where the fuck is that money coming from? Churches that have mega fucking buildings when I think your only purpose is what's supposed to help people.
I
Hey
just
man, I'm ordained through the Church of Universal Life. I've married people. They let you pick your title. I'm the Grand High Archon of the Church of Universal Life. So
nice,
Yeah.
what can I
nice.
start doing? Wait, what is it? What is the list of things I'm allowed to do now?
Like, I'm gonna join Satanism just to fucking get good values. Like
Seriously,
their
talk about
precepts are good.
defending.
Like, don't rape people. Like
Yeah,
bodily autonomy. I
right.
can get
Yeah,
behind that.
I mean, God, it's like, it's like, I swear, man, that kind of stuff. It makes me wonder. And this is just me talking here. Why would they do this in a country that has more guns than people? Because when the
Because
rule of law breaks down,
Right.
Mhm.
right?
That's what they want.
That's
They
when
want fear.
vigilante justice starts coming up. And
Do you
here's the
guys own
thing,
guns?
huh?
Do you guys own guns?
I'm plead the fifth.
I plead
Okay.
the fifth.
I mean, I have never owned a gun in my life. I live in Blood Red, Indiana now,
I would
and
suggest buying one.
my brother-in-law, who retired from the military, the Army National Guard, after 30 years of service, he's got like 11 or 12 guns, and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, no, I think I'm going to go buy a 9mm. I think I do not feel safe being.
Shotgun. Get a
Nine's
shotgun.
not enough.
Shotgun works, especially like pump action is
Yeah,
good.
I mean, for me, for my
All you got to
personal
do is
immediate
point it down.
purposes,
You just point it down a hallway, and you ain't got to be
Mhm.
pinpoint. If you're bleary eyed and you're getting up and somebody's
yeah.
kicking in the door,
So
and
his
the
point,
universal sound of you're about to get fucked up. The only warning you need is clack clack.
clack clack. Yeah. So
Once
his point
everybody who hears clack clack knows, oh, it's about to get real.
is you
Yeah.
got to pick something that has ubiquitous ammo, right? Because if we get into a situation where things really get out of hand, it's going to come partly down to not just do you have a gun, but how much ammo do you have and how
Get a
available is the
45
kind of
then.
ammo that you need. Yeah.
45s are good. I mean, you really got to train with a 45 because you got to be able
Yeah,
to
because
handle
the kick.
the
But you
kickback.
could get the smaller what is it, 328?
Yeah.
You can get those.
What's the ammo on that though? Is that more is like, because 9 is so prevalent, right? Like 9 you could just get like wherever. But I mean for home defense, like I will always go with a shotgun because one, if you don't keep a round in the chamber, the chances of you really injuring yourself are much, much lower. Right?
Yeah.
They're never
I don't know,
zero.
man. We went out shooting up at the farm, and because he got a new AR. Woo.
ARs are good, man, if you're talking about a battle rifle, but like the thing about it is if you're talking in close, I mean, it can do damage, but like, so if you've taken any kind of like mount training, urban combat, you start going around corners, you start going in hallways, your AR can get it can there's that 1 or 2 seconds, right? And plus you at that close range, you tend to have to aim straight on to hit. I mean, but a shotgun, you're bleary eyed and your adrenaline's kicking up. All you gotta do is point it down the middle of a hallway. You're gonna hit something. Like you're gonna hit something, and a lot of times that's all you got to do is hit something, right? And so because that's the thing that a lot of people don't count on is that adrenaline when it pops, everything goes up. Right?
Yeah.
You pull more, you jerk more, your breathing's like so you got to think about that. That's why I'm like shotgun because if you're like and you're all you got to do is just point in the middle. You're gonna hit it, and if it rises, you're gonna hit them at the top. Right?
And I want to correct myself too. It was a 380 ACP. It's the
Oh,
alternative
that's
to a
nice. Yeah,
45.
yeah, yeah.
It's a
Nice weapon.
slightly smaller round with less kickback that you can, because like Fred just said, if you're going to shoot, here's the thing, and I'm defend
We're just
yourself.
talk.
If
We're just
somebody comes,
talking. We're just
also,
hobbyists.
this is
This is
America,
fucking
and the
hobbyists.
laws in most states are if somebody comes into your house, defend yourself.
Oh yeah.
Like
Yeah.
your house is your castle. There are castle
Castle
laws in
doctrine.
almost every
Indiana is absolutely a stand your ground state for sure.
because everybody has guns. So people are going to use them. And they didn't want to criminalize Second Amendment people, so they made stand your ground or castle laws, which fine. Use it to your advantage. If you have a gun or if you don't have one, I would absolutely suggest getting training on a firearm.
Yes.
That is a handheld, such as a 9mm, a 380 ACP, and a shotgun. Is get training on it first. Train on it, and then
They
store
have
them
classes.
properly.
Yeah.
Yeah, get the classes, spend a little bit of money, go to a firing range. It's okay. There's a lot of good firing ranges out there. Find one that you feel comfortable going to.
Yep.
Use their weapon there. Rent a couple weapons, get some training, get comfortable on it, and then buy one and protect yourself because this is fucking America and you can. It's your right as an American to own a firearm and defend yourself if needed. If somebody in a mask in a white or black van with tinted windows comes up to grab you,
this is exactly what I'm about to say.
Fucking defend yourself.
Why hasn't that happened yet?
They're trying to.
It's gonna happen
because they're going after
inevitable.
people who. Yeah, but they're going after people right now who cannot own a firearm.
They're undocumented
because they're protected by the Constitution, but they're not guaranteed the rights of all of the amendments. You have to be a citizen.
But they're making mistakes, right? They're grabbing citizens. At some point, they're going to grab.
They're grabbing veterans too.
Yeah. Who has a weapon? Who is gonna stand their ground and use that weapon? And then there's going to be whole hue and cry, and
all I can say to ICE is I will quote President James A. Garfield. For those who come to is like
great from honor.
Yeah, it's like for the doer is like the doer will find me at home. ICE will find me at home.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I can tell you.
I'm like Chris Goldsmith. I'm not going to get taken because I'm going to defend myself. Whatever that comes down to, my family knows that. I'm going to defend my family.
Yep.
You should too. Defend yours, but also make others your family because that's what we need right now. Like make your family, make your sphere, as my therapist says, your sphere of influence. He's like, when we talk, in therapy, he's always like, when you focus your emotional energy, where can you put it? Where is it the best use? And it's always the best use in your sphere of influence. And you need to identify what that sphere is and how you can expand it, because it's a bubble, not a pie. Just like everything else, you can expand and contract your sphere of influence naturally. And it's okay that sometimes it contracts, because that means you're getting rid of people who shouldn't be there. And then it expands when you build that community. So be active, do the things, it's going to be, I hate to say it, it's going to be dangerous at times
Oh
in
yeah,
America.
It is.
We have to, but we have to acknowledge it and we have to confront it before it happens, because if we prepare for it and tell people what is the bullshit
yes,
and how to safely counteract things where you're not putting yourself in jeopardy, but you're defending yourself and you're defending the rights of others.
Yep.
That's what we need right now.
Do
Americans
guys-
need to stand up and defend themselves.
do you guys think that we're getting out of this without bloodshed?
No.
I
don't
I
either.
seriously hope so, but I
It depends. I don't think we're going to have a civil war, as in like blue and gray. You know, where we all line up on
we
the map.
can't.
Right.
I think we're going to have. I think what's going to end up, what with when as the you see this as the rule of law and systems break down, right? And an insurgency, random violence. I mean, the right was already doing that, right? When they're attacking like power systems and, like substations, when they were doing that pre-election, that kind of stuff.
Oh
They're
yeah, that guy
already,
in what, like Louisiana, Kentucky, was it that
yeah.
the FBI stopped?
hmm Yeah. I mean, you have the Bugaloo boys, all that Bugaloo crap and all that shit. And like, Lawrence,
All
man,
libertarians.
it's all a matter of time. It's only a matter of time before ICE, because Stephen Miller said that
Ugh.
he directed them to snatch non-criminals at their court hearings. That wasn't a mistake. That was direction.
Yeah,
Stephen
because they
Miller
have a
directed
quota.
them to, yeah, they have a quota. And so what eventually, if here's how you know. If Trump starts arresting politicians, they're coming for us next.
Oh, for sure.
Oh,
Right.
absolutely.
And so the thing is,
I mean, they've already started arresting politicians.
Right. I mean,
right.
See Obama.
Not if, they already do it.
And the thing is, like, I'm not advocating violence, right?
Oh, absolutely.
I'm not.
Peacefully and patriotically is the way to go.
I'm not advocating,
Always.
but all I'm saying is, if somebody shows up to my door and they don't have a warrant and they have a blacked out van and they have masks on their face and I'm going to get disappeared to God knows where if I go with them.
That's kidnapping, right? Remember,
Yeah.
that's
Right.
kidnapping.
I would much rather, like at that point, I would much rather defend myself in my home and call the state police in Colorado to come arrest me. And
Oh, absolutely.
I'll fight it out in court. I'll fight it out in court at that point.
The first thing you should absolutely do, if somebody shows up at your house or a neighbor's house or somebody in your neighborhood's house who has blacked out windows and unmarked
Call
vans,
police.
Call the police.
Yep.
Because they may not even know that it's happening. ICE
Correct.
isn't telling all of the police, and the police don't know what to do in some areas. The police are directed to not allow that to happen.
Right.
And not allow them to be masked or violate your constitutional rights, because it is your constitutional right to avoid unwarranted search and seizure. That is a constitutional guarantee that you do not go to jail without a court hearing or without some sort of judicial process. That's the whole point of posse comitatus.
Yeah.
And that means bring the body.
Yep.
And it's bring the body to court. That means somebody has to represent. You can't get disappeared in this country. You're not supposed to be, but we're doing it.
Right.
Until now, we've got at
because
least
all those
4
folks
death
that are
camps
going
up.
to Alligator, Alcatraz, yeah, you're hearing about the high profile ones that get repatriated, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's going to be dozens that will not. They're never going to be heard from again, right?
Yeah.
The people that were just here, that like a guy named Luis who was working construction. His family's back in Guatemala, and he's rooming with 5 other guys, and he got snatched at his job. He ain't no, and there's no ACLU for him.
Right.
There's no way his family can get in touch with him.
Right.
Nope.
That man disappears, he's gone.
Mm-hmm.
It's like he never existed, right? And so if they start rounding up high profile politicians like Barack Obama, what do you think they're going to do for me? And, who's speaking out and doing what I got to do and being a problem, who doesn't have the connections and doesn't have all this stuff. You think I'm going to a camp and I'm coming back out?
No, but
Yeah.
and here's the thing is that's a lot of fear. And we have to acknowledge there's a lot of fear with this.
Yeah.
Because we're putting ourselves on the line right now. Like the three of us out here, all of you in the chat, everybody's putting themselves out on the line. Whoever's putting videos out and content out, we're putting ourselves on the line. We need to do more of it. That's the thing is, as they go, fascists want you to obey in advance, which means they want you to give up and they want you to be scared and they want you to hide. We're not hiding. We're not hiding.
And I'm not, I am absolutely, I want to say that I am not advocating violence.
100%. 100%.
I'm not advocating that you
never.
If you own a gun
not
or
never.
don't own a gun, it's up to you. That is your individual choice as an American. You want to try to run, you want to go with them, you want to get a lawyer, all that other stuff. All I can tell you as a former veteran and my mindset, I ain't going with them.
Wait, former veteran, are you dead now?
Yes. No. Yeah, I'm sorry, former Marine, a veteran who's a former Marine. I'm not going with him.
Nope.
I'm not going with ICE. I will go with legal law enforcement.
I would go with a sheriff who has a warrant, who has a badge, who I can call his office and get confirmation that this individual is an actual sheriff or state trooper. If they don't have a badge, if they don't have a badge number, if they don't have a warrant, don't fucking let them in your house.
I'm not going with some bounty hunter that's going to kidnap me for a quota.
No, they're Boogaloo boys in vans.
Oh,
they're Boogaloo boys.
No, it's J6ers dressed up.
No, it's like, And I'll tell them straight out, it's like, you come in this house, it ain't gonna be nothing nice.
Let me ask you this. Kat in the chat says, why have we not made a citizens army? We have the right to form a militia. We don't, though, right? Like, there are laws against forming an army.
The governor of the state, like, the militia is actually the National Guard. That's the state militia.
No, you do have a right as citizens to form a well-regulated militia, but it has to be registered and well-regulated. Yes, it does sort of mirror the National Guard, but there's a reason that the Boogaloo Boys and Proud Boys are allowed to function.
Yeah.
They're militias. They are independent militias. We can. And there are groups that are doing it. I'm not saying the left is not. People on the left are not. You're seeing it in neighborhoods. There's a lot of neighborhoods.
Black folks in Georgia,
neighborhoods have been doing it a lot.
Yeah.
They protect their communities really well. They do patrols in their communities, but they're also very open about it. And they say it's not for fear, it's to protect, and it's to show that we're here standing for our neighbors. And they'll also get neighbors who are white to come in and do it too and help. And they show solidarity. The thing is, being allies is action.
Yep.
And this
100%.
is my next talk today, because I'm going on live here again after this with Dean Blundell.
Nice.
And
nice,
Kat,
man.
I'm dragging Kat in on this too. Is we're gonna talk some shit about all of this stuff here too. Fred Wellman, yeah, he's one of my friends. Fred and I get to talk with Fred every so often, Eileen. He's an incredibly good person. Go Fred Wellman, follow him on everything. Kat, you got my invitation. You should see your DMs. Check your DMs, girl. You're coming on with us, not me. You're going on with Dean on my show.
Nice.
If you
I wanted to talk
Kat,
to Dean for like forever,
then absolutely. I talked to
Tell
Dean.
him to come on Fucked Up Friday.
I will absolutely try to. I really want to I want to build a community of shows like this where we can host them, maybe even on a centralized network of some sort that we all benefit from, that we all gain off of, and have shows like this. Like, we're a Wizards Council right now. Like, so I keep saying that because I own the domain name to Wizards Council, but spelled with an S instead of a C. I didn't realize that until I bought it, but that's also a British version of the spelling is council. with an S. So I want to push this idea that the three of us should be
that's
the Wizards
trademarkable.
Council.
Works for me, man.
Yeah.
Because I already own the domain. Ain't nobody going to steal it from me.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, we've talked about ontology, we've talked about eschatology, we have talked about gun ownership and management, militia regulation.
Yeah, and
we could talk about anything up in here.
Oh, absolutely, and I love it. This is what we need to. We need these conversations.
Yeah, and I mean, again, and this isn't to scare everybody. Like, I think a lot of times on the left is like, when you talk about violence happening, right? Is we tend to shy away from that because for the right, that's their entire mantra because they're fascists, they're authoritarians. They deal in fear and violence. That's their thing. Absolutely have diplomacy, have nonviolent solutions. But there might come a time when you have to organize and you've got to be prepared. That's all.
Yeah.
That's it. And
it never hurts to have a plan.
No. And I mean, you listen to this, like, I'm a big fan of The Clash. You listen to, song Paul Simon wrote, The Guns of Brixton. When they kick in your front door, how are you going to go?
You
shot
have the
down,
choice in America.
Yeah, shot down on the pavement or ending up on death row. It's like, and
it's not an advocation for violence. Like we're going to say this over and over. We're not advocating violence. We're advocating self-defense and awareness and peaceful and patriotic movement of push, because 3.5% of the population in a sustained manner topples autocracies 100% of the times. And guess what? We ignited over 3.5% of the population on No Kings.
Right.
We didn't get a sustained protest on, say, Good Trouble. However, how many of us are now on Substack talking much more frequently daily in these groups and chats and are discussing these things and sharing these videos and getting people involved in a way that they haven't been before? That is sustained movement. That is toppling the autocracy because we're putting it into the light. Donald Trump wouldn't have fallen from Epstein if we didn't keep talking about it. The right would have brainwashed their people back into saying that Epstein isn't bad. They're doing it already. They're trying, but it's not working because we latched onto it. And instead of shying away from it for once, we took the gasoline and we were like, yeah, let's fucking go.
Let's do it.
And yeah, I'm going to do the Trump little.
Yeah.
Yeah. And here's the thing. It's not the guy like me or Nick or Lawrence that's going to be the first one to kick off violence.
Right.
It's going to be just some guy who is in Los Angeles in East LA and they're snatching his buddy or they're snatching his little cousin. And all of a sudden it just breaks.
Or
it's Rodney King.
It's the
Rodney King riots.
Or it's going to be worse. It's going to be a farmer in Illinois or something like that in a red area. And this farmer was going to wake up one day to an ICE raid on his farm in the middle of the night and he's going to shoot someone because you have the right. He has the right to defend his property and he doesn't know who the fuck they are. And if say you have a food worker farm, like beef, like cattle, if somebody comes onto that farm and raids it, you can no longer guarantee the safety of that meat.
Correct.
Yeah.
And you can't sell it, and they're ruined.
You just ruined an entire farm of meat. Not only are they destroying the economy, they're destroying food safety, which is
destroying
the
lives.
worst part. Yeah.
And here's another thing. You're talking about somebody accidentally shoots on a night raid, right?
Mm-hmm.
Take that same farmer, lost everything. Lost his livelihood.
Now he's going to go shoot.
Like he voted for Trump.
Right.
Voted for Trump. Right. Lost it all. And then he's having some dark thoughts and he's thinking about unaliving himself. And all of a sudden he sees Trump on there. I don't know anything about Jeffrey Epstein. I don't know. And he's just like, oh, you don't? Clack, clack. Let me get my AR-15. Let me go handle some business in town.
I mean, there's been 2 attempts already.
When you talk to your bank, when that farmer talks to his bank or his insurance company about why he can't make his payment on his $1 million tractor, right? Which he has to have because it's literally what's required. They're not gonna take like, oh, well, my farm was raided by ICE and my entire crop got ruined.
Oh yeah,
That's not gonna
let's
be
just go ahead and write that loan off.
right. That's
Yeah.
not a covered excuse, right?
Yeah.
He's ruined.
And that farmer ain't going to go, oh, this Democratic politician in my state did that. He's going to go, ICE raided my farm. ICE ruined my life. ICE did this. Trump owns ICE.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a very simple the Republicans in general are very black. They see the world in black and white.
Yep.
It was getting talked about on the Find Out podcast yesterday by Zach. I forget his last name, but Zach is also an incredible. If you're not watching the Find Out podcast, it's a group of white dudes like us who are confronting this really head on. Tim Fullerton, Chris Goldsmith.
Oh, that's rich. Yeah.
Oh, that's rich. It's Luke's last brain cell. Zach Kimball.
Mhm.
And they just tackle this shit twice a week. They talk about it. They do a lot. Like follow them. It's the whole thing. Like just and they said somebody's gonna do something
Yeah.
to protect themselves, and it's not going to be us. We're not.
No,
I'm not an
it
instigator. I don't
no, I'm
want you
not
to
either.
do violence.
I
In
don't.
fact, I'm going to tell everyone in this audience, don't do violence. Defend democracy doesn't mean attack people. An attack and go on offense doesn't mean attacking. It means offense. Like,
Well, and I'm not scared for guys like Trump. I'm not. They got the Secret
no.
Service. They got all this, but you know who doesn't? Is the state rep.
Right.
Down the street. We saw that in Minnesota, right? When those two lawmakers, one husband and wife got killed, the other one is messed up, right? It's those state reps, it's those county reps that, like you were talking about, Nick. It's like ICE raided my roofing business.
Yep.
I'm out of workers. The bank's pulling in all my stuff, and they're taking my house because I had to back this loan to start my business with my home. So now my home is gone.
Yep.
My family and I are homeless, right? And because they're repossessing this, I can't get an apartment because no one's going to rent me an apartment. I can't get to Trump, but I could get to State Rep Smith. I can get to them. And that's why we have the rule of law, is to prevent this stuff.
40 days ago, a state rep in Minnesota was it? Melissa Hartman?
Yeah,
was
Melissa Hartman.
assassinated, and her husband and their dog.
By a guy pretending to be a cop with a mask, and they caught him. And the thing is, we're not saying
And
this.
Republicans were cheering about it during the fucking thing. Mike Lee
I'm not advocating for this. I'm warning you, Republican politicians. This is what's coming. This is what is going to come with all your foolishness because you think you're untouchable.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're not.
You're untouchable until you're not.
Right.
And
because
that not comes really quick.
Republican state reps, Republican House reps.
Minnesota.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm telling this to all the Republicans nationwide. Trump does not care about your safety. He's not. He does not. And it's not going to matter because on our side, everyone's like, oh, liberals don't do this. Liberals don't do that. No, man. It's not about liberals and conservatives at this point. It's about people, and people break. And people break in different ways. There's some people that they break and collapse, right? And then that's what happens to them. Maybe they take their own lives. Maybe they end up broken and they keep going. And then there's people that when they break, they lash out.
And they're being pointed at people.
Yep. That is the people you have to be afraid of on both sides of the fence. And when you keep adding this pressure and you keep breaking these norms and you keep pushing down, eventually those folks who break are going to break in a horrible way, and you can't control it.
No, you don't know.
You don't know where it's going to go.
You don't know where chaos goes.
No.
The thing with chaos is it's uncontrollable.
Right. Yep. And so it's like you tell these rich folk, trust me, man, you do not want to live in a society like this. You don't.
No, they don't. It's the purge. So here's my theory.
Right. It's the purge. Yeah.
Yeah.
They want to bring about the purge because it's the American version of just fucked up fun day for 2A'ers who want to just go and show that they can cosplay as terrorists.
Right.
Like that's all it is. Like Lisa was pointing out in the chat, it's stochastic terrorism, it's domestic terrorism. We have internal terrorist groups such as the Proud Boys, the Boogaloo Boys, the Three Percenters. All of those groups should be labeled as terrorist groups because that's what they are. They terrorize people to get their way with threats of violence and actual violence. They stormed the fucking Capitol and put they took down a U.S. flag to put up the Trump MAGA flag, and they flew a Confederate flag over the U.S. Capitol for the first time in history.
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 And
that is what they want.
Right.
Yep.
It's the Second Confederacy trying to come back, and they're everywhere this time. And it's not a blue versus red thing. It's not us versus them. It's us versus the rich. And
Yeah,
the
pretty much.
ultra rich.
Yep.
It's the robber barons versus Americans.
Yep.
And if you and again, I go back to the later part of the Gilded Age, the era I studied, the bombings that happened on Wall Street, the anarchists, like look at the Haymaker Square riots. Like that was a very violent time in American history. It gets overshadowed because a lot of it was what we have a survey, but that was also when a lot of black folks got lynched in the early part of the 20th century in the South. Like
Return of Jim Crow laws.
We have been through this before. It was not pretty.
Right.
Yeah.
And
we're not being alarmist. We're
do you
just
think
prepared.
we get out of this without bloodshed? And I think
I don't think so.
Point.
I hope so.
No, I don't think we passed that point. We have not passed that point.
Not yet.
I mean, we have. There has been bloodshed already.
The window is closing, I think.
Well, I guess we have. There has already been bloodshed. There has already been, but I think we're not past the point where it's two-sided bloodshed. But it's not because we don't fear shooting back. It's because we have control of ourselves. We actually have mental control and stability. And I think the longer we can keep it bloodless and the longer that we can keep it peaceful, the better. Because that means more of us get through it. And I think we can also push a much better and stronger message across that gets people to come out.
I'm kind of like, for those of you if you've seen Crimson Tide, it's got Gene Hackman, Denzel Washington, great film. And there's a scene in there where they talk, like they got to launch nukes and they didn't get the confirmation. And there's a very I'm more of Denzel on that side of the fence where it's like, for Gene Hackman, we have to do, this is my job. This is what this is my duty. I'm going to launch. Right. And for Denzel, he kind of his character sees the bigger picture in the sense of, if we launch, God help us, because there's no going back. You can't
hit that button. No.
Yeah. And so I don't want violence to happen. I absolutely do not want it to happen, because once we shoot back, that's it.
Right.
Like, because now you're not talking about restoring what was there. You're talking about, we got to get to the next phase.
Right.
And that you got to get through the violence then. And then, how do we pick up the pieces afterwards? Once you start violence, it is, you're not going back to what was.
No.
No. You might have a knockdown, drag out, verbal fight with your loved one or spouse. Once you hit your spouse, it's forever changed.
Right. Yeah. No, that's a great analogy. I'm worried that we are closer to that point than we realize that we are.
I think we are, and I hope that that's why I'm honestly hopeful that the Epstein stuff really brings Trump down, as maybe like that can pull us back from the precipice. It's looking like a forlorn hope at times, but I hope it does, because once it starts to break bad, it's potentially can break bad in all kinds of ways.
Oh yeah.
You know, and having been being a student of history, where we're at, and the propensity, not only culturally, but how much we have for just guns and everything else to do violence, it won't be pretty.
Yeah.
It won't be pretty.
I
If
have
it
to
goes,
say, I'm really proud that we haven't gotten to that point.
me too.
Like, I'm
Me
really
too.
proud of Americans for showing restraint and showing how good we can be, because the whole point is showing that we're what America should be and what America is.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes. Yes.
America doesn't have to be a state of violence or a state of police and surveillance. It can be a free country where we love and care for each other. We just have to work for it hard. Like, we get the democracy we work for. And so right now we're working. So let's keep fucking working at it.
And
Um,
and that's what spurs me, man, is I'm tired. I'm sick of violence against our own people, against, ethnic minorities or immigrants or gay folks or women. I'm sick of it.
any of it.
I'm
Yeah.
tired of all this violence worldwide. I'm tired of it because it doesn't work. It just breeds more violence. Why are we like, why are we give more money to USAID, feed more people, clothe more
Oh
people,
my
house more
God.
people,
Yes.
give more medicine to people, like uplift
Don't
people.
burn those contraceptives that we could have given to all these women and girls around
Yeah.
the world, or even back here in home who need them.
Right.
Like what it's if we just took just a 20th of the energy we put into this violence and put it into helping people. My God, what we could change in this country and
Oh
in
my
the
God.
world.
It would be so amazing.
You
And
know,
you know
and
how easy it would be to do it?
yeah,
It's easy to do. And I'm not saying it's going to be the three of us who do it. Somebody out there is going to get inspired to do it. And this is why I keep saying at the end of a lot of my shows now is run for something. Go to the runforsomething.net website and
yeah,
sign up. Even if you're not going to actually run, get the training, get the understanding, because then you can help somebody else run. You can be a candidate, you can be a campaign manager, you could figure out you really want to do it and run for your school board and find that you really enjoy it. And you can kick that Mom for Liberty asshole off of it who's destroying the education and trying to burn books. They're Nazis. Nazis burn books.
Right.
We
yep.
don't.
Right.
We encourage books. We encourage reading. Lawrence is fucking writing a book. Like,
Right.
they don't write books. They don't write sci-fi books. Their books and art is boring. It's bullshit. It's garbage.
Yeah.
Ours is fun and funny. That's why they want to get rid of fucking Sesame Street, is because it's fun, it's enjoyable, it's funny, it's cute. It's not PragerU.
Yeah. Yeah. PragerU. Jesus.
We're gonna have to have another discussion. I'm gonna actually ask. Holy shit, we have a ton of people here. I want to
We
say
do.
one thank you to everybody who's come here
Yeah.
today.
Thank you guys.
Like, amazing crowd. Love everybody who showed up, and a huge chat that's going on. I'm gonna see if we want to cut it off here in just a couple minutes, because I got to take a break before I go back on live here at noon.
Yeah.
Um,
It's 12:30 for me. I gotta eat some lunch, boys.
yeah. But I really want to say, and I'm going to do a self plug because I'm trying to kind of do it now.
Do it.
Is please subscribe to Sick of This Shit with Nick. I'm doing poetry, political, social, everything. And I do a podcast on it and these shit talks now. And I'm really trying to kind of make it into a living.
Yeah.
So if
Take
you
it, man.
could come and support me, come try and join as a paid subscriber if you want, or join as a founding subscriber for
Ooh.
$200 a year, and
Look
you
at
get
that.
a free poem of your choice written for you. I will write you a poem of your choice as
Wow.
part of your founding subscription. And as a part of today, I'm going to gift both Brad and Lawrence paid memberships. It doesn't really get you guys anything, but going to gift you guys paid memberships anyways, just for joining me. And I'd love to, like I said, I'd love to do this again and make this more of a regular thing for us. And we
Do me a
can
favor, Nick.
talk about it.
Do me a favor.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
into your discount section and create a paid discount for like, I don't know, a buck or a couple bucks or something. I will do that so you get a paid subscriber out of it.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I'll do a summer pledge drive. I'll
Yeah,
do that
do it.
but I'll do it after I get off with Dean this afternoon. Is I'll open up a summer pledge drive and I'll drop my annual subscription down to, or my monthly subscription down from 5 to, let's say, $1 per month.
Yeah.
I'll drop my yearly subscription down from, I think it's 55, let's say $10 a year for
Fuck yeah,
my
man.
annual
New
subscription, and
annual
I'll give you.
subscriber right here.
There
Wait.
you go. Yeah.
So,
Like,
and I'm going to give a plug to my two brothers down on my screen below me, Frederick Pogue. I'm going to let you plug yourself, but Fred is freaking awesome.
thank you.
Love him. Go subscribe to him. Lawrence Winterman is also amazing. He's writing a fantastic sci-fi book. He is a wonderful author and a great audiobookist,
Yes.
voice author, and I'd love to hear him do more. So Lauren or Fred, you want to take it away for you?
Dig it. Yeah. We have crossed 200 folks in this live. That is amazing. Thank you, everybody. I'm at Missives from a Middle-Aged Man. I pretty much write, everything from, just thoughts on the morning, which is kind of like stoicism stuff, or just basically values. I wrote one today about the value of enough. And I do politics and poems sometimes. Not as much as Nick. I'm impressed. I like that poem, man. You do really good stuff, dude.
Thanks,
That's
brother.
good. Yeah,
I
man.
appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And my man Lawrence, I've been friends with Lawrence for a little while on Gen XE. Gen XE's got the lovely Dana Dubois on it with as well. And my man's
And happy birthday, Dana. Happy
Happy
yeah,
birthday,
freaking
happy
bud.
birthday
birthday,
today, girl.
Dana. There we go. And I feel like I'm so happy that you're writing a fiction book, dude. I love it. Like that's so
Thanks, man.
amazing. Yeah,
Thanks.
100%. And I'll kick it to Lawrence, man. You got go for it, bro.
Yeah, yeah. So, like Frederick said, I am a part of Gen XE with my partner in crime, Dana Dubois. I've been dropping some links in here. I dropped links for Nick and for Frederick, and also for Gen XE. So my collab with Dana is genxe.io. That's our Substack. And then I've got a personal Substack, Lawrence Winterman Science Fiction, which is where I'm serializing my novel.
And just real quick, I'm gonna one more plug. I'm like for Lawrence to throw it up. Fusen Ayuden. She's
Iden.
going.
Yeah.
Iden. Yeah, there we go. Thank you. She's got great writer. Her with her partner Alina. They are. Fusen's going through a little something right here. We love her. She's like a little sister to us. Uh, her GoFundMe's in the chat. Lawrence is kind of heading that up. So if you've got a couple bucks, or if you don't, go to their check out their articles, give them a like, give them a share. Definitely like we want to take care of her.
Yeah.
So yeah, 100%.
Thanks, Frederick. That was
Yeah,
awesome.
no worries.
Yeah,
No worries.
please support Fusen. She's amazing.
Yeah.
I barely know her, but from what I know of her and what I've been getting to know of her, she's fantastic. Please support her. Support
Powerful,
us.
powerful writer. Like she's gonna
Support
be
everyone.
Yeah. Like I like it. I can just see it now. Historians are going to be looking at her stuff.
Dude, I agree. Like the first time I read her stuff, I was like, this woman is going to be famous. Like, she is incredible. Her work is absolutely
the way she writes about her life, man. I'm telling you right now, like it's just that's like
her stories are what make a difference.
That's it. Absolutely. And so, thank you guys so much, Nick. I'm kicking it back to you. It's your show. Let you close, brother.
Thanks, y'all. Thanks for joining on this shit talk as we shit talked our way through everything that's going on. And hopefully, y'all had a good time, learned something out of this, and got a little bit of an idea that it's time to stop being sick of this shit and start doing this shit.
Nice.
Thanks, y'all.
100%.
We'll see you again.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.